Good morning, my beautiful budding bakers. What a glorious day it is today. Not really, but it is always a glorious day if we're in the kitchen. And because I'm thinking of something delectable and delicious for the weekend, I was trying to think of something that was just quick and easy, fast, wouldn't lose the will to live. Recipe 92. I said I'm going to do the most delectable, delicious, chewy, soft, marshmallowy, crispy, sweet Black Forest Cherry Pavlova. So we have got a Black Forest Cherry Meringue Pavlova. It is divine, very simple. So we are starting with 4 egg whites. We have got icing sugar, 250 grams of icing sugar. We have a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We have 2 teaspoons of corn flour. I have 1 teaspoon of white wine vinegar. The white wine vinegar and your corn flour, that's going to be your marshmallow texture that you're going to get for your meringue. And I've got 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So to begin with, now I have done this already with lemon, 2-3 drops of lemon with kitchen paper. Wipe the inside of your bowl and your whisk. Because if you have anyone else washing up that decides, yeah, I'll wash up for you, Mom, it's fine, and they sort of do a lick and a prayer, you can still have residual grease on the bowl, and that will kill your beautiful marshmallow meringue. We do not want to kill a meringue this morning. So in goes our 4 free-range egg whites. In they go, and the other. I'm going to bring this a little closer. One of the things I did forget is my cream of tartar. So I will grab the cream of tartar and I'm going to turn this up until it gets lovely and frothy. Cream of tartar. Now, so turn that up a bit. I want this high because it's the air I want in my meringue. Can you see it's getting lovely and frothy? This is where I am adding a 1/4 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar. If you don't have cream of tartar, you can use a 1/4 teaspoon of lemon juice. All that is doing is stabilizing your egg whites. It's increasing the volume and it helps give you that beautiful fluffy marshmallow texture that we're all looking for. So we want that all. Now just so, turn it down just so that you're going to see. This stage, you have got, can you zoom in there, Luce, just for a sec? You have got soft peaks. I'm looking for stiff peaks. So continue with my mixer on high. And this is where I'm going to add in my icing sugar, spoon by spoon. I am not using caster sugar for this marshmallowy meringue. The icing sugar is going to dissolve much faster in your egg white. You will have the most amazing pavlova. Already I can see that the volume is increasing with your egg whites. And listen, that's all there is. I mean, you've got 4 egg whites. You've got your cream of tartar that stabilizes your egg whites. You've got your icing sugar going in. It's not rocket science. And in goes. Easy go, easy go. Now, I'm going to slowly add my vanilla extract. In it goes. Turn it up more, turn it up, turn it up. Turn it up, there you go. In goes my white wine vinegar. And next I'm going to add my corn flour. And that's it. Every last bit of corn powder. Give it a minute. It still needs to whisk away. And this is the problem with some people. If you don't whisk the meringue enough, it can deflate when it's cooking and you can end up with a weepy meringue. Nobody wants your meringue to cry. Let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look. It's lovely and shiny and glossy, but is it standing up like alfalfa? So we need to know if it's a standing up alfalfa. Okay, we've got a meringue. Now looking at it, it has stiff peaks. That's what I'm looking for. It's one of those whisks. What can you do? You have to. You have to. I can't help myself. So we've got our egg whites in there. We've got cream of tartar. We've got the most amazing vanilla extract. We've got our white wine vinegar. We've got our corn flour. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our 3 tablespoons of cocoa. Now, you have an option of completely stirring the chocolate or the cocoa powder right through your mix so it's all brown, or you can swirl. So I'm going to do a swirl this time because I've made the other one where it's completely brown. So this is where in goes my cocoa powder. And I'm just going to swirl, fold it in into the mix. And at the pockets of cocoa powder, mix with the vanilla, and don't overmix it if you want the swirls. So we're gonna go crazy. Let's go crazy. I'm not even mixing it any more than that because the chocolate will cook in the oven. You will have this gorgeous chocolate running through the meringue. So one of the things I've done now is I have parchment paper, and I have got an 8-inch disc, put the disc down onto the parchment paper, and I have marked all the way around. Now I've used a food pen, a food ink pen, or a food colouring pen rather. So the food colouring pen, if you were using pencil, turn it over because nobody wants to eat lead in a meringue. But this is a food pen, so it doesn't make any difference food-wise. And we dollop our meringue mixture by eye, give or take. Whoa. Oh, lads. Yummy. One of the things I forgot to tell you, because I'm an airhead this Friday, is a tiny bit of meringue on the base will help with your meringue sheet not moving when you dollop on your meringue. So a tiny bit of your meringue mixture onto the tray just helps stick the parchment paper. So again, you're just using it as a guide. Oh, doesn't matter about the cocoa butter, doesn't make a blind bit of difference. So we're just getting the even Steven amount of marshmallow meringue out of our tray. Ba-doom! Hi neighbour, yes, did you get the flying spatula? You did? Yes, we're doing chocolate pavlova. How can you tell? You've chocolate everywhere. Thanks a million. Don't let your spatula fall out of your hand when you're doing your mix. That's my life this afternoon, this morning. Oh, I need an espresso this morning. Most of it is probably on my next door neighbour's wall. But hey ho, that's the life of a baker. You just gotta take the risk, you know? Just gotta take the risk. So, with your guideline, your little disc, all I'm doing is I am bringing it to the edge of that diameter. Oh, I'm a squeaky table. And then I'm just going to push it ever so slightly to the edge to create a little bit of a border. Because what I want then is when that's in the oven, it will bake with a little bit of a dip, which is a perfect area for your filled cream and your filling. So again, this is a better one now because you can see that the cocoa hasn't quite blended in, which is what I want, because I want that sort of crazy swirl. This in itself is the most amazing mixture for chocolate meringue. So you don't actually have to do the pavlova method, you can just do it as individual chocolate meringues. And again, make sure that it's nice and peaky so that it sticks up. Okay, so we have got 2 of our chocolate pavlovas going into the oven. The oven is preheated at 150 and it will bake for 45 minutes. So when they're done at 45 minutes, I take them out of the oven. I don't have an hour and 50 minutes for meringues or pavlova. I'm doing 2 individual 8-inch round pavlovas. They will take 45 minutes. They're absolutely divine. Now, the next step is my favorite step, of course. I have got 200 grams of cherries. So I have got 200 grams of cherries. I have taken the pips out of my cherries. I have left some with the stems on, and that's for decoration. I have also got a jar, a tin of Black Forest cherries. Black Forest cherries, I have reserved the juice, and what I've done is I've reduced it and I've added a tablespoon. Can you see how thick and glossy that is? All I did was I added creme de cassis in the actual sauce. So the juice that comes from that tin, I have left it reduce for about 10 minutes at a very gentle boil. And then when it came off the heat, I stirred in a tablespoon of creme de cassis. I have got 100 grams of chocolate shavings. I have got 300 mils of whipped cream. So we have whipped cream, we have the juice I have poured in. I've reduced it right down to a delicious syrupy deliciousness. I have some fresh cherries that I want to introduce as well. I have put 2 tablespoons of the creme de cassis, and I've left these. So it's assembly line, a rogue bit of pavlova. So our meringue. I'll put the top behind me because I don't need that yet. So we've got our meringue base, and as you can see, it has that lovely chocolate hue. So I am putting some of our cream onto the base of our pavlova. Now, one of the things, when you add cream to a pavlova, and when somebody says, oh my God, you're adding so much cream, you're also adding a barrier so that the pavlova doesn't go soggy with the fruit, because the fruit has been soaking in your kirsch. When you have your dolloped cream, as I said, it acts as a barrier, so when you're putting on your fruit, it's not going to seep in. But let's bring it out to the sides and trim. Oh my God. Next thing, we have got some fresh cherries. So I'm putting some of the fresh cherries on. I am getting some of our delicious boozy cherries, and the boozy cherries go on. More is more, more is more. I have a tiny bit, oh lads, of this liqueur syrup. It's almost like that thick balsamic. And again, all that is the juice from the can of those cherries. And I've just reduced it 10-15 minutes max, very gentle boil, so that you'll see it goes, look at it, it's like this toffee, cherry toffee with that kick of booze. And then of course Black Forest wouldn't be the same without 4 pounds of chocolate. Yum! Okay, next we need to put the top on. Oh. So this is where upside down, I can't really see. Upside down, so gently put it out, and again, we are repeating. We are dolloping in the cream. Again, you will need a ladder, lads, to eat this. It is so high and delicious. Get every last bit of cream out. So we have our cream. When I whipped my 300 mils of cream, one of the things I don't add is I don't add icing sugar. I don't make it a chantilly cream. This is just whipped cream. There is enough sugar going on with the chocolate meringue and your boozy kirsch that I think any more sweetness can be overkill. So you have a little tartness of the fresh cherries, and again you have the soft, boozy cherries that have been soaked in my creme de cassis. Now, I would have done it with kirsch, but I didn't have any kirsch, but creme de cassis is absolutely divine. And again, I'm draining because I don't want all that liquid, but I do want all the cherries on. Now again, just before, another sprinkling of our chocolate. And most important, we have to have our fresh cherries too. So always be aware that with your fresh cherries, you will have stones in those fresh cherries. So you must let your guests know if they're devouring and diving in that the cherries with the stems have the stones in them. And again, you still have lots of that reserved, reserved cherry liqueur juice that you're just putting that on. I mean, this is coming into the big pants. Big pants. Here we go. I am going to show you a little technique with getting chocolate shards. So this was 100. You still have loads to play with this most amazing chocolate. And what I did do, so that it would make it easier for me to clean up, is that I have my melted chocolate, melted 100 grams of chocolate, and this is where it's easier on my worktop rather than on my Korean board. Korean board is very your marble. Another great trick is getting a chopping board. So I did spot on Argos that they had marble slabs like chopping boards, which are fantastic for working with chocolate, which also means if you wanted to clean up immediately, you can move the board out. But the reason I put it and smeared it on this is because I use this to create my curve. There's another technique. And all I'm doing is I am scraping the board. Fabulous for kids to do, because when I'm doing classes with kids, and when they all have a Korean board and you have a wallpaper scraper, all the kids do, because they've no inhibitions, they're just scraping the chocolate off the Korean board. You don't need an awful lot of effort. It's just scraping as if you were cleaning, clean as you go, clean as you go. And all you're doing is you're creating chocolate shards, perfect for your Black Forest Cherry Pavlova. I mean, can you tell me? And goodness, magnesium with your dark chocolate. You could do milk chocolate if you wish. You do not have to have the alcohol in it. You can change it up and have chocolate and strawberry pavlova. But today I decided I was doing a black cherry chocolate pavlova just for my super followers. That's recipe 92. We've only 8 left before the big day.